beautiful people. I'm so excited to be talking to you today because today's video is about you not being stuck. You are simply resisting. I am so excited because I love helping powerhouse women get into the life that they actually desire to start creating at this point because they've already created amazing things in their life, and now it's time to transition to the next level of themselves. And so many people come to me saying, I feel stuck. I don't know what I need to do next in my career, or I don't know what the next move should be. I have all these thoughts. I feel like I've been paralyzed or in analysis paralysis about things, and I just don't know what to do. I'm stuck, right? So the word that they keep using is stuck. And so I want to just go ahead and put out there that most times people are not, air quotes, stuck. Because here's the thing, most of the people that I work with, most of the women that I work with are already go getters. Like they know how to get stuff done. They have built companies, they have already moved in different areas of their career, they started families, they have flourishing relationships and spouses. They're doing amazing things. They're serving in their communities, they're serving in their churches. They have, flourishing relationships. Now, maybe all of them might not have all of that at the same time, but the point is, even if they have one of those things, they have already done amazing things in their life. But for some odd reason, there is something that they feel stuck about, and it makes them feel like their whole life is stuck because of this thing that just has a hold of them. And so when I start working with them, I really like to clear up that you're not stuck. Because here's the thing, stuck is really a state. Now, if we really want to get deep into it, you might actually be in a state of stuckness, meaning you're in a state, everything is happening in this area of your life, and it makes it feel like it's never ending. It's like being in a state of depression, or a state of pleasure. It feels like everything is contributing to that, and you feel like everything around you is making that happen for you. So you're in this state of it, state of bliss, state of frustration, whatever. A state is almost like I'm living there, I'm taking up root there. And so it can last as long or as short as we desire. And so some people feel like they're in this state of stuckness where it's analysis paralysis, that there are so many other things that are influencing their world right now. And because of that, there's nothing that they can do about it. And so they feel like there's no way that they can move forward. So many times people come to me saying that they feel stuck. And so I love to shift the perspective that it's not stuck, it's resistance. And even more so, resisting for so long can cause you to feel stuck, right? That stuck is this feeling that there's nothing that I can do, that I'm in this analysis paralysis. Whereas when you really take the time to ask yourself a different question, you realize that it's resistance. Because what ends up happening is that a lot of women ask themselves, why am I stuck? Why am I stuck? And they can somehow never come up with the answer of why, right? And why is almost a question that can really get under our skin. It's almost we offend ourselves, and sometimes we offend others when we're like, well, why are you feeling like this? And why is this happening? And it's almost like protest behavior. There's something in us that doesn't want to answer it or doesn't know how to answer it. Like, I don't know. This just keeps happening to me, right? And so why am I stuck isn't as helpful as the next question, which is this: what am I resisting? The question that is the most helpful is, what am I resisting? When you really start thinking about what you're actually resisting, then some answers can start coming up for you. And so for me, I had a really hard time making a decision about when I was going to leave my full time job. And so I've been not working at my full time job for almost 2 years now. And it's not the first time that I've jumped ship, but it's probably about the third time I've jumped ship from doing full time work and doing consulting work. But I was really stuck on this because I really, really loved my job, because I love the work that I did. It was hard for me to just jump ship and make a decision. So I always felt like I was stuck. I called it the golden handcuffs because I was working in corporate. There are so many like perks that you get working there. And so although it was something that I loved, there was still a part of me that felt stuck, that there was something more that I ought to be doing in my life. There were so many other people that I desired to reach, so many women that I wanted to touch their lives, and I felt constricted within the confines of my job, although I still was able to do a lot of that work in my job, in addition to doing the work that I enjoy at the cost of being stressed out or the cost of feeling burnt out because of the big amount of travel that I had to do working. So I felt stuck like, oh, what do I do? Like, it feels so dumb to, say no to this, great paying job that also allows me to do what I desire to do. I've been able to manage most of my life having a full time job and a side business where I could have kind of like the beauty of both worlds. I can have, the job that I love that pays really well, and then I can also be paid well in this side hustle and still sustain my life and do two things. But at some point, and that was in 2023, I felt like it's too much. It's too much for me to handle, and I still feel restricted. I still feel like there's a part of me that's not able to fully be in the part of me that I know is bigger. And so I felt stuck. And I didn't make a decision for a long time. I actually kind of got forced into a decision because of my health. But even then, I couldn't quite make the decision right away when I was feeling it because I was resisting. So when I got real with myself, I'm asking myself a different question. Not why do I feel stuck? I'm asking my question, what am I resisting? What are the things that I am afraid to actually step out on? What am I procrastinating on? What am I actually avoiding, right? What am I doing that I know is really aligned with self-sabotage? When we start allowing ourselves the opportunity to just get curious, not to blame ourselves or shame ourselves and make ourselves go into this deep depression because of the things that we're not doing, but when we actually, from a place of curiosity and a place of empathy, really empathizing with ourselves, giving ourselves grace, ask ourselves these questions, we can really unlock the real reason why we feel like we're in this state of stuckness, which I believe is really a place of resistance. And the nice thing is that resistance can change once you relax into the resistance. And so many of you know that I'm a trained dancer. And if you have been an athlete or a dancer or someone that has just exercised, then you know that it's really important to have resistance as a part of your training, because when you resist against something, it actually strengthens your muscles, and then some part of your muscle has to relax. And when it relaxes, it can actually go further. It can perform better. And so sometimes we don't like the initial pain or discomfort that comes with resistance training when we have to go up against resistance. But in the long run, it allows our muscles to not only be stronger, but to go further, to be more resilient. And so it's so important that we allow resistance to be felt and not look at it as being stuck. I want you to take a moment and reframe what you might be feeling as stuck and look at it as resistance. And I feel, at least for me and my clients, there is a lighter feeling when you feel like, okay, I have control of this. Just like when you're in the gym and exercising and you feel the resistance, but you actually have control of how it can feel and how you can move through that exercise because you can relax some part of your body. You can breathe. There is something that you can do to alleviate some of that discomfort or to lean into it. In the same way as it relates to decisions in your life, you can lean into it. You can breathe into it. You can give yourself the opportunity to feel the feelings and still allow it to stretch you. And that's the beauty of asking yourself the question and answering, what is it that you're resisting? So I want you today to consider, what are you resisting? What are you resisting that has given you this feeling that you're in this state of stuckness when in actuality there's something you're avoiding, right? What are you avoiding? What are you causing to be a part of your life that is really self-sabotage? You might call it an excuse, but maybe it's self-sabotage. What is something that you're procrastinating on? These are signs that it is resistance versus being stuck. You're actively doing something that is keeping you from actually getting to the end goal. And there's a reason for it. Maybe you are looking to keep yourself safe. I know me, when I was resisting making the decision to leave my full-time job, it was really because I was afraid of, like, well, what if my business doesn't make enough money for me to survive, right? What if I look dumb and I feel rejected and nobody wants to, hear what I have to say? What if, things jump off at my job and I just left at the wrong time and I could have like had a really awesome opportunity. I didn't need to leave at all. All of these questions, right? But if you start answering these questions or these hypothetical situations with an answer to help you know what you would do if X, Y, and Z would happen, it just gives you more meat, more content that you can use to help yourself take the first step. Because me asking myself those questions or just unearthing what I was resisting, it helped me say, you know what, Desiree? You have already built a six-figure nonprofit business. So, what makes you think that you're not able to do the same with your own business? Or there are plenty of people in the world. Like, the only people in the world are not just the ones that you see on your timeline or not just the ones that have bought from you before. There are billions of people in the world that need this message of not second guessing, to overcome people pleasing, to have better habits, to live their best life. There are so many women craving for this, powerhouse women, women that have lived amazing lives but still want to continue in that legacy and need permission. There are plenty of women out there like that still, billions. So, what makes you think that there is not enough for you to step out on yourself? And so, me really unearthing what the resistance was allowed me to step out and do what I'm doing today. And even other areas of my life, I'm currently living in Madrid because I decided that I wanted to live outside of the country for a while. So, this is my bohemian year. And that came from me really getting real about what my desires are. And if I had any hesitation, any resistance coming up, asking myself, what am I resisting? Am I resisting being questioned? Am I resisting the fear of what if everything falls apart because I decide to make this decision? What are you resisting? When you can answer those questions and start living in the end of a best case scenario, then you will see that you have way more power than you have given yourself the the permission to have, the permission to be able to make great decisions, to be able to have control of your life. And you can't control everything, but you definitely can control way more than you think you can when you realize what the end is and what you can actually do to make it happen. If you have already done amazing things in your life, then you already know it's transferable skills at this point. What are you resisting so you can go ahead and make it happen? So I'm so excited to hear what you are saying to yourself. What are you deciding that you are no longer resisting? Feel free to tell me in the chat. I really would love to hear, what are you no longer resisting? Have you asked yourself this question? Are you going to start making steps to make a different decision so that you can actually see yourself on the other side of the vision that you have for your life? If you like this video, feel free to like, share, and comment. And I can't wait to hear what you have to say. If you love what I'm talking about, if you love what I'm putting down, I love working with powerhouse women that are just ready to live another level of excellence in their life. That can mean so many different things to so many different women. And I don't care what you are. If you're a leader of your own company, if you are leading someone else's company, if you are just a powerhouse woman that loves to do amazing things in their life and you just know that there is something else that you know you desire to do in this transition, you just need a reset because you already know how to get things done when you're ready, then I want you to go to my website, DesireeCocroft.com, and sign up for my mailing list because I have an amazing new course that's going to be coming out called Future Her Series. I can't wait until this drops because it is about tapping into future her now. You don't have to wait for that big version of you to show up later down, later down the line. She can show up right now because you decide. And so run to my website, not walk, and sign up for my mailing list so you know when this drops. And until the next time, I'll see you later, beautiful.